Hi, and welcome to the lesson on music theory. Today we're going to go over pages 3 and 4 on the music code for transposing. So if you want to go ahead and get that paper, actually it's a 4-page file. So if you want to go get those 4 pages, we're going to be doing pages 3 and 4 for that. Pause the video and get your music code for transposing, and we'll get started in about a second. Okay, so this is a follow-up to the previous video, and it's basically talking about page number 3. Page number 3, music system. Okay, you can kind of read through it a little bit, but I'll take it from right about here. So you see at the top of the page, you see A to A. That's the section right there, A to A. Okay, and these keys are all kind of lined up under the letters or chords. Okay, to kind of give you an idea that they all are a part of a musical system. So you can follow along on your sheet, so you can better see it. So I'm taking it from right here where the C is. The C is right below that A to A. There's a C, and that C to C is right here. So I'm going to take it from right there. Okay, you can follow along. So reviewing on this, first right off the bat, first thing in your mind is you always want to locate your 1, 4, and 5 chord. 1, 4, and 5 chord. Okay. 1, 4, and 5 chord. Okay. And in this case, this is a 5/7. Although it's not marked on your sheet, that is technically a G7, so I'll just make it small. Okay, it's not on your sheet G7, but technically it is. I made it small so it wouldn't kind of be too obtrusive. And then the chords in between that are your little Roman numerals. You just follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a little 7, and we're back to the 1. So that's what it should look like on your sheet, your paper. Okay. Then below that, it has how these chords are actually now going to transform and actually become chords in this key. So in the key of C, these are your chords in the key of C. You guys. So you got this. You got a key C. You got a C chord. You got a D minor chord. You got an E minor chord. You got a 4 chord. That's a F major, and then you got a 5/7. That's a G7. A small G7 there. 6th chord is an A minor. And then you have a B diminished, and then back to the 1 chord, which is a C. Don't need to pay attention to this B diminished too much. You're not going to use it too much in the music. Maybe later on, much later on in the future, but either case, the chord is located on your chord chart. And hopefully you stuck it on the front and back of your music book so it's easy to find. So keep in mind that the chords in between are always small Roman numeral, and that's what makes it a minor chord. So once again, C, as you can see, it all matches up. The letters all match up. But then we're actually breaking it down to what it really means. Okay? So this is the key of C, and these would be actual notes. These are the notes in the key of C, notes, actual musical notations. Then we're going to we're going to realize that they are actual chords. They can make actual chords. And the chords, we are using Roman numerals. Okay, the reason for that is because if we ever have to transpose or think in other keys, it's easier to think in Roman numerals than it is to constantly think in all these different keys and all these different letters. So if we think in Roman numerals, we can transpose and relate to different keys easier, because this is like the language for transposing. Now, on the bottom line, these notes turn into chords, okay? And I'm going to show more about this in the upcoming tutorials about music construction, music writing, how to understand music, how to figure out music. The main things that you understand this terminology, okay? So it'll be the first chord, the one chord is always a C chord, C major chord. Next chord, 2 chord, small 2 is always a D minor. Small 3 chords, an E minor, and we're just talking about the key of C, okay, just the key of C. The 4 chord is F major, 5 chord is a G, or 5/7 is a G7, 6 chord is an A minor, B is a B diminished, not to worry too much about that, and we'll always come back to the 1 because we started with the C. So whatever we start with, we're going to end with that, okay? So I'm going to try to do one more, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to do the key of F. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to make F the 1 chord. So this kind of relates to your paper that you see over here, and as you can see, the F now became the 1 chord. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this with the available space I have. So here's the F, G, after G always comes A, then B, and C, and D, and E, and F. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to make that F, because we're in the key of F now. This was the key of C. Okay, we're going to turn this F into a 1 chord because we're in the key of F now, and the first chord we're starting with was always the 1 chord. That's going to be a 2, that's going to be a 3, that's going to be a 4, it's going to be a 5, and before I go on any further, in the key of F, a B is always a B flat. Okay, now don't get confused with what's up here now. We're just staying below here. We're just talking about what's down here for now. Okay, we're done talking about the key of C. We're now talking about the key of F. Okay, this is your 6th chord, 7, and back to your 1. Okay. Now, once again, we talked about the 5 being a 5/7, so we'll do the 5/7, make the C7 chord. Then the 1 chord is always a major, so that's an F chord, F major chord. The 2 chord is always a minor, so that's G minor. 3 chord, small 3 chord is a minor, so that's an A minor. 4 chord, always a big chord, a major chord, so that's a B flat. So it's a B flat chord, B flat major. 5 chord is your C7. 6 chord is always a minor, small 6, so it's D minor. D minor. 7 chord is an E diminished. And then lastly is your F chord, F major. Okay, so now you have the key of F, and whenever you play in that key, or whatever key you're in, it follows this pattern, it follows this system. Okay, you always have the 1 chord is the first chord, that's going to be your major. Then you have these little chords, then you have the 4 chord, the 5/7 chord, and it's located here on your sheet, so you want to give that a look at, maybe take some notes on that, and then really kind of try to understand that. Okay, if need be, go ahead and back up this tutorial, give this another look at, try to understand it, get a pretty good grasp on the concept. Keep in mind, these are two different things. This is the key. This was the key of C. Okay, so I'm gonna just erase this so we don't get that confused for now. So everything above the line was the key of C. Everything below the line was the key of F. Two different keys, but I'm trying to show that the concept is how the music system works, how the Roman numeral system works, and how you can find your chords, and how these chords are actually part of the key that you're in. So once again, key of C, these will be the chords in the key of C. See how it relates to every letter? Okay, and these are the Roman numeral names for this key of C. Okay, key of F, same thing. Key of F, Roman numerals, and then these are the chords that are in the key of F. Okay, so give that another listen to or another viewing. Go ahead and back up the tutorial. Try to review it as many times as possible to get a pretty good understanding, because we're moving on to other things like song construction, writing music, etc. So when we get to that section, you kind of need to really understand this concept. Okay, and then when you're ready, we'll see you for the next lesson.